I have what I think is some breaking news and I couldn't wait to share it, so please come on this little investigative journalism journey with me. Let's start with the Springfield Business Journal from Springfield, Missouri. In an article from yesterday, June 25th, it says, "The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has purchased land near the border of Springfield and Ozark for a temple. The church's governing body, the First Presidency, announced in a news release that the facility would be built at 2720 East Farm Road 188. Remember that number, 2720. LDS Church officials said in the release that the single-story, roughly 29,000 square foot temple would be built on a portion of the 38-acre site. A timeline was not disclosed. The 38 acres is owned by the LDS Church, according to the Greene County Assessor's Office. Greene County recorder data shows a June 11th warranty deed that lists Center Court LLC as the grantor of the property to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the grantee. Now, if you go to the church's own news, it does confirm that the address is 2720 East Farm Road, number 188, Springfield, Missouri. While looking for more details about that property, though, I found some video footage from a Planning and Zoning Commission meeting in Springfield, Missouri, involving the property at 2730 East Farm Road, 188. Now, I don't know if the church purposely changed the address after they bought the property and announced it that way, or if this was unintentional, but I found it interesting. What's even more interesting, what is said at this Planning and Zoning Commission meeting that took place in January of this year. Before I start the video, please take note. On the video itself, it says that the date is January 11th of 2023, but everywhere else on the webpage, it says January 11th of 2024, so I think that 2023 is possibly a typo. You're first going to see Daniel Richards of Lee Engineering approach the podium. Let's see what he has to say.
Daniel Richards.
Good evening. Yeah, my name is Daniel Richards. I'm with Lee Engineering. Our address is 1200 East Woodhurst in Springfield. And Daniel Neal did a good job of summarizing the project. I represent the church that is seeking to buy the property. The property has been for sale and undeveloped for quite some time. And so they're looking to buy it and build a church, and the existing PD doesn't allow that. And so what we're seeking is a downzoning, since the original PD had a higher density and more uses, allowing the townhomes and duplexes. So that's really all I have. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
I don't see any questions. Thank you.
Now, it seems that the commission didn't have any questions for him, but a member of the audience, who is a member of the public from Springfield, comes to the podium with a really interesting question and some information that I find fascinating.
Oh, we have one speaker. Please.
I just have a question. I'm so sorry to wait.
It's okay. Please approach the podium.
I was waiting for exposure or whatever. My name is Randy Latoll. I'm a neighbor in the neighborhood. I'm neither for nor against this. I'm also an elder at River Bluff Baptist across the street. So my only question is the neighborhood is, at the first meeting, was seeking to know who the church is for absolute transparency, and that wasn't disclosed. So that would be my question. Who is the church?
I'm sorry, sir. You have to direct all of your comments to the commission. I understand that is a question that you may have, but as this is a rezoning case, we don't necessarily have that information. We're simply looking at if it's an appropriate use type for the land.
It's just with a transparency thing, and I'm done.
From his comments, we learned two really important things. Number one, there have been community meetings about the rezoning of this particular land. And number two, during these meetings, the name of the church trying to get the rezoning has not been mentioned. Because of the laws of the commission meeting, the commissioners cannot directly answer his question. So then one of the commissioners does the following.
Are there any other questions, comments, or a motion from the commission? Commissioner Pauly.
Thank you, Chair. And I believe that the last gentleman that spoke, he did have a valid question. I would like to ask the developer if you could please come back up to the microphone again. And could you, in the spirit of transparency, answer his question regarding who this particular church might be? I noticed that was a question that came up several times with the information that was sent to us within our packet.
And now let's see what happens when Daniel comes up to answer this commissioner's question.
To be completely honest and not to be rude in any way, I can't answer that. I signed a non-disclosure in representing the client, And at first, I didn't really understand why that was the case. And after having the neighborhood meeting, it was really clear from the neighborhood that they weren't in support of any denomination or any church. And I completely understand now why the church didn't want to let everyone know exactly who they were, because the neighborhood clearly is not in favor of just any church going in. And so I apologize, but I can't answer that.
Thank you.
If y'all just saw the same thing that I saw, then what happened is before the church bought property where the Springfield, Missouri temple is going to eventually be built, they hired an engineer, had him sign an NDA to get the property rezoned so that they could build a temple on it without the public knowing what church was coming in and what exactly was going to be built there. The Planning and Zoning Commission in Springfield in January then approved the rezoning in a 5-1 vote.
I move to recommend approval of rezoning case Z3 2024.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Commissioner Pauly?
I second.
Commissioners, please vote. That item has passed.
So, what do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts about churches' tactics when they go into towns and want to build temples. The general public is now becoming more and more aware of what they are doing, and I'm sure that's why these community members wanted to know, what church is it that is coming in to build on this property? Just a bit of breaking news for today. I don't typically do 2 updates in one day, but this is information I couldn't wait to share. I still absolutely hope that you have the day that you deserve.